You wake up in one of the most mysterious countries on earth. You grab your phone. You open YouTube. Blocked. You try Instagram. Blocked. WhatsApp. Blocked. Almost the entire internet doesn't work. You walk to the window. You look outside. Every car on the street is white. Not most. Every single one. Welcome to Turkmenistan, a country where a statue follows the sun. A book written by the president was taught in schools. And somewhere in the desert, the ground has been on fire for 50 years. Welcome to Ashgabat. You step outside. You are standing in the capital city, Ashgabat. At first glance, the city looks unreal. The buildings are enormous, bright, perfectly clean, and almost everything around you is white marble towers, white marble government buildings, white marble monuments. Even the sidewalks seem polished. The sunlight reflects off the building so brightly, it almost hurts your eyes. Ashgabat actually holds a world record. It has the largest number of white marble buildings on Earth, more than 500. Walking through the city feels strange. The streets are massive, 8 lanes wide, but there are barely any cars. No traffic jams, no crowds, no loud markets, just long empty boulevards stretching into the distance. Fountains spray water into the air. Perfect parks sit between giant buildings. Everything looks expensive. Everything looks carefully designed, but something about the city feels unusual, almost too perfect. Then you notice something strange. Every car passing you is white. Dark-colored cars were banned. The rule reportedly came from the former president. He believed the color white was lucky. White represented purity. White represented good fortune. So slowly the city transformed. People began buying white cars. Taxi drivers bought white cars. Government vehicles were white. Private cars became white. Because beyond this marble city, something far stranger exists. A massive crater burning in the desert. You leave Ashgabat. The white buildings slowly fade behind you. The highway stretches forward into the distance. Soon the city disappears completely. The landscape changes. Sand, dust, empty horizons. You are entering the Karakum desert. The Karakum desert is enormous. It covers almost 70% of the entire country. The name Karakum means black sand. For thousands of years, this desert was part of the Silk Road. Ancient merchants once crossed these lands with camel caravans. They carried silk from China, spices from India, gold and silver from distant kingdoms. But today, the desert holds something different. Beneath the sand, there are vast fields of natural gas. And in one location, that gas created one of the strangest places on Earth, a place locals call the door to hell. The sun begins to set. The desert becomes quiet. The air cools. The sky turns dark blue. Then you notice something in the distance, a faint orange glow. At first, it looks like a faraway town, but there are no cities here, just desert. You walk closer. The glow becomes brighter. The ground beneath your feet begins to feel warm. Then suddenly, the earth drops away. A giant hole opens in front of you, a massive crater about 70 meters wide, about 30 meters deep. And inside, flames are everywhere. Hundreds of small fires burst from the ground, roaring, crackling, lighting the entire crater in orange. This is the Darvaza gas crater, better known as the door to hell. You return to Ashgabat, the white marble city. Walking through the streets, you notice a massive monument rising into the sky. At the top of the monument stands a golden statue, shining brightly in the sunlight. The man in the statue is Sapir Murat Niyazov, the first president of independent Turkmenistan. He ruled the country for over 20 years. During his time in power, huge monuments to his leadership appeared across the country. Gigantic statues, massive portraits, entire buildings dedicated to his legacy. But one monument became especially famous, a golden statue placed high above the city. And this statue had a strange feature. It rotated slowly throughout the day, so it always faced the sun. Yes, a rotating golden statue of the president, turning slowly as the sun moved across the sky. It was designed so the sunlight would always shine on the statue's face, but Niyazov's influence extended far beyond statues because he also wrote a book, and that book became required reading across the entire country. The book explained the history and identity of Turkmenistan. It contained stories, philosophy, national values, and lessons for the people. But the government treated the book differently from normal literature. For years, students in schools had to study it. Questions about the book appeared on exams. Even driving tests sometimes included questions about it. Government workers studied it. Public events celebrated it. Massive monuments were even built in honor of the book. You walk through Ashgabat at night. The marble buildings glow under bright lights. Fountains shimmer in the darkness. Huge monuments stand in perfectly designed parks. Everything looks beautiful. But the streets are still quiet. Very quiet. Few cars, few pedestrians. Travelers who visit the city often describe the same feeling. Ashgabat sometimes feels like a city built for millions, but inhabited by thousands. Gigantic stadiums rise above empty parking lots. Massive government buildings tower over silent boulevards. Wide streets stretch into the distance without traffic. It feels like a perfectly constructed capital city where something is missing. Turkmenistan has a long tradition of horse culture. One breed in particular is legendary, the Akal Teke horse. These horses are famous for their incredible appearance. Their coats can shimmer in the sunlight. Sometimes they look almost metallic, almost golden. The breed is extremely ancient. Some historians believe the Akal Teke horse may be more than 3,000 years old. Nomadic tribes once rode these horses across the deserts of Central Asia. They were known for their endurance, their speed, and their loyalty to riders. Today, the Akal Teke horse is a national symbol of Turkmenistan. Statues of these horses appear throughout the country. Large monuments show powerful horses rearing into the sky. The image of the horse even appears on the national emblem. It represents strength, pride, and the deep cultural history of the region. But despite all of these fascinating traditions, Turkmenistan remains one of the most mysterious countries on earth because very few people are able to visit. Traveling in Turkmenistan is very different from most countries. Tourists usually need special visas. Many visitors must travel with a government-approved guide. Foreign journalists are rarely allowed inside. The internet is heavily restricted. Many social media platforms are blocked. Because of these restrictions, very little information comes out of the country, which only adds to the mystery. To the outside world, Turkmenistan often feels like a place hidden behind a curtain. A country full of unusual monuments, burning craters, marble cities, golden statues, and ancient desert landscapes. Most people on Earth will never see these things. But today, you did. Your journey in Turkmenistan is ending. The sun begins to set behind the white marble skyline. Streetlights illuminate giant monuments. White cars glide quietly through glowing boulevards. Far away in the desert, the door to hell continues burning. A giant crater of fire hidden beneath the dark desert sky. The flames rise into the night, just as they have for more than half a century. A reminder that in one of the most mysterious countries on earth, some fires never go out, and some stories remain hidden from the world.